Greetings, brethren. Habsburger Donkey here, and just a small hobby update of what I've been up to. Sadly, not very much. I've been kind of having some really nasty problems with my back, which has kind of stopped me from doing too much. But before that all started, I almost finished to completion these 3 giant spiders for Oathmark. The spiders are in the army list part of the elves, but with how the campaign works, you can have pretty much anything in any army, so I wanted some giant spiders for my goblins. And I really like how they came out. The models are from Reaper. They are they have several kinds of giant spiders, and this is one of them. It's all the same model. I just kind of placed them in slightly different poses with rocks on the bases, and then I bent their legs in different ways, and that gave them, I think, plenty of a varying appearance. And then, obviously, as you can see, I also gave them different patterns of red on black. I decided initially I was thinking maybe I should go for different colors because I have a lot of red and black in that goblin army, but I just like them this way. I think they look very vicious, so yeah, that's what I went for. Yeah, this didn't really take me too long to paint these. I was quite surprised. It took maybe a total of 4 hours to paint the spiders, and then, I don't know, however much time I needed for the bases. So yeah, it's pretty good. And they will certainly slot in with the rest of my goblin army pretty nicely. And since I've had my back issues, the only thing that I've been able to paint for myself, I've worked a little bit on, where is it? Another commission. As you can see in the back, there's a bunch of more grots for the same guy who I did the other grots for. So just more grots. But for myself, I painted some skeletons for my Frostmark collection. Let me actually pull the light over. And these models are from War Games Atlantic, their plastic box set, and I converted them a little bit. Their box set has them as sort of undead Greeks, so they come with aspis and hoplon shields and whatever the Macedonian shields are called, and pikes, and very much, as you can see, very much hoplite spears as well, with the metal tip at the base. And I gave them some shields from a set of I don't remember. It was some kind of boutique set of resin shields that I used, and they're sort of these dilapidated Viking shields of different kinds. This one also got a bigger sword. I used what are they called? Whatever. They had Roman short swords. Gladii. There we go. they have gladii on these sprues, and I chopped off the blade, and then I used a bit of plastic card and carved it in a sword shape, and then sort of carved it down to make it a really rough hewn blade, because I knew I was going to do the rust effect as well. This one has an unmolested gladius as it comes on the sprue. This one I gave something from my bits box, the sword. Chopped that down a little bit as well, and he has a rather destroyed shield, which comes from that same sprue of resin shields that I used. This one I gave a little bit of really faded heraldry on the shield. And yeah, I went with a really simple color scheme on these. I primed them black, Then I airbrushed them with a very sort of pale, light brown. I want to say it was a combination of old wood and light mud. And then I painted all the other bits in, the metal and the wood. And then I washed it all down with Agrax Earthshade, and then highlighted up the bone with pretty much a 50-50 mix of these two again. Gave them a little bit of a highlight with just light mud to just on the raised bone details, as you can see. And yeah, then I just did some minor dry brushing on the wood bits to make it look really worn. I also gave the wood bits after the Agrax Earthshade wash, I gave all the wood bits another wash of Athonian Camo Shade, also from Citadel, and that gives it that old, beaten appearance. And then they just got a dry brush with, I think, also light mud. I think it was mostly light mud on these. Yeah, and then all the weapons that I had painted with I don't know, some kind of silver, and then washed down with Agrax Earthshade. I put on, where is it? Rust Effect from Model Mates. I think the packaging they sell it in is very different now. I bought this many years ago and still have quite a bit of it left, as you can hear. And I love it. It's my favorite way of doing Rust. It's super easy to use. You really just, you dip your brush in, and you just paint it on, and you glob it on, really. And then through it being different thicknesses, it creates a very sort of varied Rust effect. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And then I just based them up, as I base up everything else for my Frostgrave with some gray texture paint, wash it, dry brush it, and put on the Valhallan Blizzard from Games Workshop, which is, as I said before, the only basing thing of theirs that I actually like, because it's very hard to replicate with anything else, and it looks excellent. Yeah, and these will go with the rest of my Frostgrave collection, which is sort of just kind of a whatever fantasy miniatures I feel like painting collection, really. I still have a bunch of these skeletons left as well, because the box, I think, comes with 25 of these skeletons, so should have still 19 left. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm sure I'll think of something at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I did the skeletons, and I did these spiders, and not much else has been done, sadly. I hope that now that my back is hopefully going to get better again, I hope that I can get back to it and finish 20 more goblins. And then once I finish those 20 more goblins, I think I'm going to let the goblins rest for a little bit and quickly speed paint up the opposition, which will be, or well, the pseudo-opposition, which will be the barbarians. I figured out 2 armies about 1,250 points. So everything I have painted now for the goblins, including these spiders, and including 20 more goblins, 10 with bows and 10 more with hand weapons as soldiers. And that makes a 1,250 point army, and then pretty much all the barbarians that I showed you a while ago. Plus a few character models that I got. I got a chieftain from. They're all. I got a lot of the metal Frostgrave barbarians as well. A chieftain, 2 champions, and a wizard. And those plus that Reaper Bones giant, pretty much come up to exactly 1,250 points. And so I think I'll speed paint that whole lot up again quickly, because it'll allow me to once the lockdown is over, showcase this game locally, which would be nice. And then once I'm done with the barbarians, I'll get back to the goblins and finish the rest of them. And then I think I'll let, once that's all done, I think I'll let the project rest for a little bit and focus on some other stuff, because that'll be a lot of Frostgrave painting, a lot of Oathmark painting done. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope I'll have an update really soon when my back is hopefully better, but who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching my videos, and hope to see more stuff from the community as well. Alright, take care guys.